Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Asps. Very dangerous. You go first.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. My name is Matt Vieira. Here with me,
Sean. Happy Monday.
I'm letting you guys pick which one you go first because I don't want to get attacked again like last week.
I muscled myself in there.
Adam's here.
And Adam's here as well. Don't forget about Adam. Telecasting in from Boston.
Live
What?
via satellite.
Live via satellite. Yes. It's a private satellite.
A lot of high-tech intricacies I don't want to get into, but
Yep. Skype and a USB cord. All right. There's a lot going on in this episode, so let's dive right into it. Terrible movie descriptions, which is still the working title, I think, because I think I just typed that in for a placeholder, but we got to come up with an actual.
I think mine was bad movie descriptions.
Bad movie descriptions. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad movie descriptions.
Terrible's good. Terrible's got a good ring to it.
Okay.
not good movie descriptions.
Okay. So I actually did the first one.
I like
it.
it.
Did you read it?
I tried not to, so I could guess it.
A cow tipping specialist enlists the help of a public masturbator to save his dead father's brake company by tying road flares to his chest and holding a lobby full of people hostage.
Tommy Boy.
Is it Tommy Boy? I was going to say, is that Black Sheep or is that Tommy Boy? I didn't know.
It's Tommy Boy.
It's Tommy Boy.
I have made it very descriptive on purpose because there's just too many funny things in that movie to make it like.
Honestly, the thing that got me on that, though, is the brake company.
Really?
Yeah, that's what tipped it.
I should have left it out.
That's what tipped it.
A cow tipping specialist enlists the help of a public masturbator. All right.
That's a good one. I put this one up. I'm hoping to trip you guys up on this one. A brain-damaged husband posthumously toys with his wife's sanity by leading her on a wild goose chase.
A brain-damaged husband.
I think I got it.
What is it?
I was looking at these earlier today. It is. P.S. I love you.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn, that's going.
I was hoping the romantic film would throw you guys off.
That's good.
Since we don't talk about those.
I actually have it on Blu-ray. It's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah, I saw it in your DVD collection when we lived together.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Fun fact about Sean, I cried during that movie.
Really?
But I think it's because I was hungover.
Okay.
I cry when I'm hungover.
It's very emotional.
And I watch a movie. That and Wall-E. Wall-E got me when I was hungover.
Wall-E's a super sad movie, whether or not you're hungover or not.
Up?
Oh, yeah, forget
it.
Ballin'.
Yeah.
Ballin'. Yeah. Up is terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a great movie, but it's so sad.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first 10 minutes, or whatever that 10-minute stretch is.
Yeah. All right, let's get into trailers of the week. Adam, first up, The Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Did you see the first Kingsman movie?
I did, and I loved it. Did you guys see it?
I did see it. I thought it was very good. It kind of came left field. I wasn't expecting it to be good, and it kind of it surprised me.
Okay, I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Oh,
It's a ridiculous movie.
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, not what I expected, but I loved every minute of it. It was like a sort of James Bond beginnings thing, but
it was a raunchy
with
James
like
Bond.
old school flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and made for 2015 or whenever it came out.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we were kind of slow on trailers of the week last week, and then this one, boom, hit the internet like an hour after we signed off the podcast last week.
Yeah, I think it was literally like right after we got off the podcast.
That was a hilarious movie.
So,
yeah.
A little background for our listeners that may not have seen the first one. The Kingsman is like a Secret Service agency for the British government. It's these James Bond-esque missions undercover, and sort of the same, classic gentlemanly style, but they bring on a new recruit named Eggsy, who sort of is a ruffian of London youth. And his mentor, Harry, sees something in him and develops him into being a Kingsman, which is a Secret Service agent. And this cast returns Taron Egerton It also returns Mark Strong, and something that, spoiler alert, I guess I can say, was Eggsy's mentor in the first one, and he died in it. But I guess he doesn't because he's in the trailer for the new one.
So way to go with that is to put that in the trailer.
The only thing I can say about that.
I know. Well, I mean, it could be.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, I was gonna say it could be like a projection or something like that. I don't know. You know, like they have a lot of crazy technology in that movie. They could make us to show him. You know,
like a Tupac Coachella hologram.
Like a recording. Maybe. But I was looking at. I didn't know that the cast, like the new cast, had this, and I'm like, Channing Tatum, Pedro Pascal, who was Prince Oberyn from Game of Thrones, Aaron, Julianne Moore, Jeff Bridges, Elton John. Like, that's a pretty damn good cast for the follow-up.
I feel like there's a lot of movies like this, and I won't be able to give you any specific examples, that like I guess they were kind of like not slow to start off, but like they weren't expected to be huge, and then they caught fire, and then the second one they pull out all the guns because they have the rep from the first one of it being a really cool movie, and now they can bring in all these other people to be in it. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny movie too because it's kind of self-aware.
Yeah,
it knows how ridiculous it is, so I feel like people are more likely to hop onto that as opposed to just being like some campy movie, but like kind of.
It really reminds me, and they're not. The British is really the only thing that keeps them similar. Is like Shaun of the Dead. It reminds me of like it has fun like Shaun of the Dead had fun. Not as self-aware as Shaun of the Dead, but that type of thing. So I liked it a lot. Yeah. And I'm excited for the Golden Circle. Yeah. So all right. So
I did notice one thing that I thought was pretty interesting. I just want to add one more thing about this one quick.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Swordfish with Hugh Jackman and John Travolta and Halle Berry?
Halle Berry shows her tits, and they are wonderful in that movie.
Anything else happen?
Am I wrong? That's the only. When I think of Swordfish, I just think of Halle Berry.
Why do I think of?
Well, anyway.
Just calling it how I see it, guys.
Her character's name in that movie. Her character's name in that movie is Ginger, and her character's name in the Kingsman Golden Circle is also Ginger.
You think it's a connection?
You never know. Spy movie? No, that one's not really a spy movie, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be. Second thing for trailer of the week. It's not really a trailer, and we actually had one of these on earlier in our podcasting career, but Alien Covenant put out another prologue trailer. This time, it focuses on Elizabeth Shaw and David. Elizabeth Shaw, Sean, you saw Prometheus?
No.
Okay, so Elizabeth Shaw is...
Okay, we'll get back to you later.
Yeah, no, Adam.
We'll get to you later.
You better keep your mouth shut. So Elizabeth Shaw is she's one of the astronauts, doctors that goes on the Prometheus mission, and she is left with David, who is an android, who's Michael Fassbender. And so the last you see them, they fly off from the alien planet in Prometheus, and they go to find the engineers' homeworld, which is like kind of like the people who created I don't know if they created the aliens, but they're supposedly created humans and things like that.
Right.
So it's a little like thing. It shows the ship like pulling up to the engineers' planet and them like docking the ship on this like wild thing. It looks awesome. So
you're talking about this prologue. I watched this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, I saw that.
Yeah. So, so I mean, it's awesome, and it's a little troubling because I thought it would be a cool surprise to see David and Elizabeth Shaw like during the movie without having to be in a trailer, but they already showed like clips of the trailer where they alluded to her being in it, and so this is fine. They've actually been killing it with the like promotion like things. Like they have all these like cool little GoPro branded videos of all like the crew leaving like messages and things like that, like promoting it like that, which I always like that. You kind of like get invested in these characters before you even get to sit down in the seat in the theater, which is cool. So
I think it'd be cool if what came of this little promotion sequencing that they're doing, like if more movies started doing prologues.
Yeah,
I could get down with that as opposed to trailers.
Think about what prologues could do to a movie too.
Yeah.
It could really make the plot more succinct. It could make it like more direct without you having to like
spend time with character development.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can make movies like you can get to the point quicker. You can make them better. I mean, probably a lot of people would appreciate if some movies were a little bit shorter, and more to the point.
Yep.
So so I think that would be awesome. That'd be really cool to have more of those things. But Alien's been killing it, and they actually did that with Prometheus too. A little. It's like to a certain point, but they're really ramping it up with Covenant. So.
Yeah, Prometheus had a faux TED talk with Guy Pearce as Peter Whalen.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was really cool.
That's cool.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the prologue. Also, obviously, I didn't think it took away from anything though. I thought it sort of added a nice piece to it that like you said, you don't have to go. You're psyched about it before you even sit in the movie theaters, and it doesn't really give anything away about Covenant.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool to see, what became of Shaw and David after they left that planet. You know what I mean? Like, she repaired David, and he put her back into hypersleep, and then it shows them arriving at the planet. I thought it was really cool.
The first thing I thought of when I saw this was how some of mainly the whole prologue is narrated by David. He kind of takes the prologue down a little bit of a dark turn at the end, and being buddies with Ridley Scott and seeing some of the clips from this movie at South by Southwest, it kind of sets the stage for what's to come in Covenant for David at least. So,
Yeah, it's supposed to be like David was the most advanced android to a point where he was almost too human. Isn't that the thing? Like the difference between David and Walter, the new android for Covenant. Like Covenant is like a sort of dumbed down version.
Yeah, well, David, right? If you remember, David was kind of built as like not a companion for Peter Whalen, but like what?
A son.
Yeah, exactly. He was part of the family. So he had all the most advanced tech in him and stuff. So he has his own way about him. And in the prologue, he talks about how he wants to learn about the engineers and things. Well, you're in for a ride. From what I saw, I'm not going to give anything away, but from what I saw in the clips I saw, as far as David being curious about the engineers and the alien species, it's gonna be an interesting time for David in this next movie. So, and it's gonna be pretty cool. So,
just to revisit what we were just talking about real quick about using prologues instead of trailers, could be an issue if people didn't see the prologue.
Very true.
So now you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? I think it's a crap movie because there's no.
Very true.
Whatever.
But
so
what
it could
if
be a drawback? But if it's not like super important,
yeah.
If it just kind of gets you pumped up, does what a trailer does, as opposed to like super.
I think you're right. I think people will probably miss out on things. Yeah. I guess you could figure out a marketing technique where if you're going to see this movie, you should probably watch this, and that, or like when you're waiting for the movie, you pop it in.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Fill everybody in. But then at that point,
may as well be the movie.
It just may as well be the movie. Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
All right. The last thing I just want to touch on quick. The last thing for trailers of the week. This is actually a traditional trailer. It's called 5/25/77.
I don't know how they knew, but that's the combination of my gym lock.
Was it really?
No.
Dude, no.
77.
So my high school one was like 4/26. I don't remember the last one. It was 4/26 something.
That's amazing.
But anyway,
Whoa! You didn't have a high school locker combination. We all shared our lockers and ripped them off the thing.
But I remember the actual combination to the lock. 4/26. I forget the last one. But anyway, 5/25/77. It's a movie about Patrick Reed Johnson. It's kind of like a biographical picture about his life. It's like, I guess it's like a biopic, starring John Daly, not John Daly the golfer, John Daly the kid from Freaks and Geeks and Waiting. So, and it's about Patrick Reed Johnson, who was not self-proclaimed, but he was the first kid in America to see Star Wars because he got like a special screening of it, whatever. It inspired him to be a director and a special effects artist. So it's kind of like a movie, like documenting his childhood, making like props and movies with his friends and things like that. And so the lead up to he made Space Invaders in 1990, and then directed a few dinosaurs, the dinosaur TV show, and then also Baby's Day Out, and now this. 5/25/77, and a few other unknown movies in between there. So
Yeah, this looks like a real movie lover's movie.
Yeah, totally. It really reminds me of. It's kind of like, I don't even know. It's like, it has a real like. I read Ain't It Cool News broke the trailer. Harry Knowles does that website. He's awesome, but he put this out. It kind of, he said it reminds him of like a nerdy version of Dazed and Confused because it's set in the 70s, 80s, so it's like that type of vibe to it. You know, he's making movies with his Super 8 camera, so I mean, I guess you could throw it to Super 8 and things like that, and yeah, so it's just kind of cool. I literally just saw it before we popped in the podcast, so I figured I'd share it with you guys because I know you guys would appreciate something like this, and I figured the people who are listening would also appreciate it.
Yeah, have you guys seen the documentary The Wolfpack?
No.
Adam? No? Came out a couple of years ago. Have you seen it, Adam?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's about like this family of boys who live in New York City, and their parents wouldn't let them out of the apartment because they were afraid of society or whatever. Yeah. And they got obsessed with movies, and they'd remake movies in their apartment shot for shot. And they'd build their own props and build their own special effects.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I mean, aside from like the psychological issues of them not having a social life,
sure,
like, be let out like once a year or whatever. But it was incredible how they kept their minds entertained with that. But this is obviously a little bit lighter version of that.
That's really cool.
But this looks really good. This looks like it's going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, and it's been in production since like 2003. It's a passion project, obviously.
Boyhood-esque.
Yeah. Very Boyhood.
It's going to win an Oscar because it took him 12 years or whatever.
Dude, Boyhood is such a great movie, and it blows my mind how they're able to plan that over 12 years.
That was a great movie to watch once.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's a movie. I can't
do it again.
I probably would revisit it eventually, but it's not like how I can watch like Fast and Furious like right after watch it again, or how me and Adam abused our Pacific Rim DVDs after those came out.
Oh my God, forget it. When it was on HBO, I was watching it.
Yeah, when it was on HBO, when it's on, we were watching it. That was it. Okay, all right. Let's get right into movie news. So we have an intro for movie news. Let's play it.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
All right. So on last minute thinking of doing this, that's what I came up with. But something will be better coming up.
That's perfect.
All right, I'm going to get it going. Life Finds a Way. Jeff Goldblum has joined the cast of the Jurassic World sequel. This is the biggest news out of anything we have on tonight's slate. I wanted to get it out of the way right up first.
It's awesome.
So my first
I
note
feel like
was...
it wasn't really promoted. Like I feel like we would have had to search to find this. You know what I mean? It wasn't... This news should have been broadcast. Should have been out.
Adam, you're breaking up, but I get your excitement. I understand exactly what you're saying. So it should have been. I mean, I think it was in the news a lot at the time, but now it's kind of died down. I don't think people realize how exciting it is to have Jeff Goldblum back in the Jurassic Park movie.
It's the best.
It's like his. I mean, no offense to Jeff Goldblum's acting career, but it's his iconic role.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that? What else are you thinking? I mean,
The Fly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like The Fly, but Jeff Goldblum is no. When I think Jeff Goldblum, I think of
Independence Day.
Yeah, but I still think of Jurassic Park.
No, Jurassic Park was awesome. He was my favorite character.
So he's back.
Oh yeah.
Now, the question I put out there: what are the chances we get Alan Grant, aka Sam Neill? And I said
Hi.
that. Hi.
I say hi.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be awesome. I would say we're probably going to see him in like a cameo type thing, not like actually in the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah. So, is the old man dead? The guy who played? Is he dead? No,
Wait, in real life or in the show?
In real life.
I don't know.
I think he's alive in real life, but dead in the show. He still narrates those like nature shows, like Planet Earth.
Oh yeah.
Wait, he died in Jurassic Park?
Yeah, did he die in the show? How did he die?
Oh, he didn't die.
He's dead, dude.
Wait a second. How did he die?
He was like on his deathbed in the second one. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You know what? Because I immediately went to when did he get eaten by a dinosaur? I didn't even put two and two together. He could have just died of old age.
That fucker escaped.
In the Jurassic World movies, everybody just dies by dinosaur. There's no natural deaths. So
That is like the least likely death in a Jurassic.
yeah, I think you're right though. I think he's dead. But anyway,
Hey, upcoming episode, we should rank the best Jurassic Park deaths.
we should do that.
We should rank them.
Okay. Do you want to do it now?
Not after the movie was. We're trailing off.
Okay, all right, let's go. So episode 9 has a release date, May.
You put
24th.
episode 9 here, and I didn't need to know that you were talking about Star Wars.
What? What are you talking about?
No, I didn't need to know.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, all right.
Because who else has 9 episodes?
Yes,
Anyways.
right. Fast and Furious does. Episode 9 release date, May 24th, 2019. The immediate thing that jumps out at me, it's going off schedule for what the Star Wars movies are going to. You have 8 coming out at the end of this year. Then you have at the end of 2017. Then you have 2018 is when the Han Solo movie comes
That's
out.
in May.
What do you mean?
That's in May. The Han Solo movie, isn't that?
I think it's going to come out Christmas next year. I think
Oh,
the same
is it?
schedule.
I thought that was.
So
May.
that
I
means
I thought the Rogue One was supposed to be May. I thought like the offshoots were supposed to be Mays.
Oh no, I mean Rogue One came out at Christmas.
No, I know.
Oh, all right, okay.
Supposed to be.
I don't
You
know.
what I mean?
Well, anyway, between right now, beginning like middle of 2017, we'll say middle of 2017, going to the beginning of 2019, we're gonna have 3 Star Wars movies.
Yep.
Episode 8, Han Solo. Episode 9 shortly after. So there you go. Indiana Jones, which we'll get into later on in the main topic. Number 5 is coming out July 10th, 2020. Lion King, the Lion King live action, July 19th, 2019. So, we better stay alive for all these movies. Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
Yeah.
Billy Eichner, might play Timon and Pumbaa in Lion King. And by might, I think there's so much hype now on the internet for it that it has to happen. And I think that
I think it's actually been confirmed at this point.
Yeah, Billy Eichner would be a perfect Timon.
Perfect.
Perfect
I'm assuming they're not going to do Seth Rogen, Timon, and Eichner.
That would be a huge disappointment.
Imagine huge swing and a miss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
No, I think it's the way you said, Matt.
Yeah, I know Sean is not a huge Seth Rogen guy, but I think that Seth Rogen's going to be a good Pumbaa as well.
He's going to be a good Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I farted. That's my Seth Rogen impression doing a Pumbaa impression.
That was awesome.
Okay, and then there's some other castings in this movie.
So
Adam, who put Adam, Sean, Matt?
I put this. Oh, so I said.
Okay.
So they've cast the main roles. They've cast
Simba,
Timon, Pumbaa, and
Mufasa, or no, Nala.
Mufasa. I'm brain farting here, guys. Give me a break.
Nala.
So the next one up is who should they cast as Scar?
Yes.
And I wanted us to each put our, who we think it could be. I chose Michael K. Williams, who most people know as Omar from The Wire, who just so happens to have a badass scar down his face. But I don't know if he's ever done voiceovers, but he's got a very recognizable, and I'll use the term urban voice. That would be a pretty.
That's so.
That's ridiculous. Scar from New York. Where's he from?
Are they going to mocap his scar?
Maybe. Why not?
I don't know.
Hey, first thing I thought when I saw this was Idris Elba would be great.
What?
Idris Elba, but he's Shere
Whoa!
Khan.
Change my mind.
Right. Yeah.
He's Shere Khan though.
Yeah. But there could be a crossover.
Could be a crossover. But you want to change your mind, Adam?
No, I'm sticking with Michael K. Williams.
Do you want to change your mind about calling Michael K. Williams' voice urban?
Well, have you seen him in a movie?
I'm just kidding.
Chalky White.
He's very urban, Adam.
He's
You're
awesome.
you're spot on. Sean,
I think we should raise Alan Rickman from the dead.
I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Imagine a dead Alan Rickman playing Scar.
But alive?
Be incredible.
It's just whatever Scar's on the screen, it's silence.
Yeah.
There's no but. It's just
It's the subtitle.
This is bad.
dead face behind him.
We're
Derailed
going
quickly.
off the rails.
No, but for real, like immediately I thought, okay, what's like an evil sounding, like a deep voice, and I guess went right to Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, he does play the dragon and Hobbit
Smaug.
and whatnot.
Yep.
Smaug, which But I think that'd be cool. But I just want to throw my name in the mix because I just want you to know I can sing "Be Prepared."
Let me hear it.
No. But please know that I can do it.
Okay.
Maybe another time.
Okay. I'm going with the OG, Jeremy Irons, a.k.a. Alfred.
That would be fun.
He was the OG Scar, and I just love that voice. He does a great Scar. I mean, he is Scar, so he does a great Scar. So, yeah, I'm going with Jeremy Irons.
Yeah,
I think they should bring him back for it. So that's it.
I agree.
So Disney has a long continuing on with Disney, I'm just going to touch on this quick. They have a huge list of films that Variety.com just posted. It's insane, and like Sean said, I believe you used overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
Overwhelming. I mean, you got Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, Episode 9, Lion King, and then they have a bunch of untitled movies, which is crazy. Untitled Disney Fairy Tale, Untitled Disney Toon Studios, Untitled Disney Live Action, Untitled Disney Fairy Tale, and then a bunch of untitled Pixar movies, Marvel movies. It's insane. So I'm going to post the website in the show notes, so check that out.
A Wrinkle in Time.
Or just search. Is that on there?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's going to be awesome.
So just search search on Google Variety Disney movie list, and it'll show you the dates that all these movies are supposed to be coming out. It's crazy. Adam, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. So Wes Anderson, who is an interesting. Well, he's a very unique director. Has his own brand of films.
Incredible.
He's done.
It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Wes Anderson. Thanks for listening.
Happy birthday, Wes. Thanks for listening, bruh. As Sean would say.
Bruv.
So, there's a new movie coming out next year called Isle of Dogs. And I'm just reading the description on IMDb. Set in Japan, Isle of Dogs follows a boy's odyssey in search of his dog. How adorable. I don't know if you guys knew, but I got a dog recently.
Did you?
I did. But
You should post more pictures.
Wes Anderson, who's known for Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, Grand Budapest Hotel. This is his next movie, and so he's got his own brand and style that he films in. Listen to this cast list. Scarlett Johansson, Bryan Cranston, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swanson, Edward Norton, Liev Schreiber, Bill Murray, Frances McDormand, Greta Gerwig, Harvey Keitel.
Who's Tilda Swanson?
She's in a bunch of shit.
Tilda Swanson?
Yeah.
What has Tilda Swanson been in?
He's I think he's trying to get at that it's Swinton, right? It's Swinton, Tilda Swinton.
Did I say Swanson?
Swimmy, swammy. Samsonite.
Oh, I was way off. Samsonite.
No, that's amazing. And honestly, this looks like this looks like it's gonna be a cartoon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's anime.
They all say voice. Voice. And has he done a cartoon?
I don't think he has.
So I can't wait to see his take on an animated film.
Wes Anderson this past year has been breaking it.
Mr. Fox was animated.
Yes. Okay. That was it.
I haven't seen
Claymation?
Yeah,
Or
it was
stop
puppets.
motion puppets.
Stop motion.
So, but anyways, he does have an amazing. I love his style. I mean,
his style is symmetry.
Some of his symmetry and I'm not a cinematographer, but like just straight flat on.
Yeah.
All characters facing the camera. It's so fun.
Not a lot of camera movement.
So
no
much
camera
fun.
movement, actually.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a sucker for Wes Anderson, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, a feature film to be made about WWE's chairman of the board, Vincent McMahon. Matt, I know you're excited about this. I'm psyched about this.
I'm psyched.
The guy's living an interesting life.
He's a legend.
Okay, is he a producer though? I mean, is he writing, directing, and producing?
No.
You sure?
No, but if he should be.
He should be.
He would. That's a total Vince move to produce a story about his life. Yeah.
I saw this an article on the internet about Johnny Depp dressing up as Jack Sparrow on a Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland in California. I thought that was pretty cool. I missed the last one or two Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I don't know, but I thought this was a pretty cool PR move.
I saw the video. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He does this a lot apparently, and I read the article and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, Johnny Depp just must love doing this. And then I read another article and he's like bankrupt. So I don't know if he's being paid for any of this, but he's like he's severely bankrupt.
Oh damn.
So
I know didn't he like used to visit kids in hospitals?
Yeah. He loves. I mean, it's one of his staples, like that character.
Oh yeah.
He does it well.
Yep.
So
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is taking a year off due to the cast working on their projects. This is very disheartening for me. I'm a huge fan. I watch this show all the time. And the way they ended it last season, they ended it as if Dennis, who in my opinion is the show's best character, might not be coming back.
That's too bad. Honestly, I think what these guys It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is the best thing this group does. I don't know what are the things they do that do we love? I mean, I saw it with
Charlie Day's in a bunch of handful of other
Horrible Bosses
movies.
or whatever.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific
Well,
Rim.
I think
Okay, that's a little different.
Charlie does movies. D is in that show The Mick Now, which I've never seen, but I hear is pretty good. Dennis is filming a pilot for another show, I believe.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito is Danny DeVito. He's nuts. He could sit on his couch for the rest of his life if he wants, and just collect Batman Returns royalties from me and Matt. I saw an interview with Mac one time a few years ago, and it was something along the lines of it's like he's like the main guy, the executive producer, creator of Sunny, and he spends like 50 weeks a year on Sunny. So his whole year is Sunny related.
Okay.
Which I thought was pretty interesting. So I mean, everybody's doing their own thing, and they're signed. So last season was season 12, and they're signed on for 2 more seasons. So we're gonna get 2 more seasons. It's just when and is the whole cast gonna be back?
Right. It's too bad. Well, hopefully they come back.
This last piece of movie news I added, and it's something I'm very excited about, that Wonder Woman and King Arthur did their test screenings this week, and they opened to very positive reviews.
Yeah.
I'm not one who... I don't put a lot of stock into reviews and whatnot, but it's... Because I'll see... we're destroying cynicism here. So I'm going to go see a movie I want to see.
Yes.
And these are 2 movies I really want to see, and I'm excited that the positive reviews will have other people wanting to see them also.
I think when I see like test footage or test shows getting positive reviews, test movies getting positive reviews, it lightens the load for the crusading that we have to do for when people start bashing it online. It's like, all right, I can go see this movie and not have to go out with literally my King Arthur sword and Excalibur and start cutting people down at the theater. So
it'll be a huge relief to not have to go to war for Gal Gadot like we did for Ben Affleck.
Yeah, or DC Studios as a whole. So, all right, yeah. So I'm excited for those. All right, so let's get into our main topic today. Like I said before, Adam, did you have anything else you wanted to say about it? Did I cut you off?
No, that was it. That's all I got.
Okay. So we're getting right into our main topic here. Indiana Jones 5. We're going to spend a little time on this. So, Indiana Jones 5, like I said before, July 10th, 2020, which will be a day before my 31st birthday.
Ew.
I could be dead.
Oh, shit.
You could be dead. You could
be dead, Steven Spielberg.
You may
Hey, guys,
never see this.
My new health insurance kicked in today, so I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
All
good
right.
for you.
Okay, I got to up my health insurance. I got to make sure everything's covered.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so Indiana Jones 5. What first reactions to Indiana Jones 5? Do you guys still have a sour taste? First of all, actually, sorry, Adam has never seen an Indiana Jones movie before.
I'm just gonna put my microphone on mute.
Okay.
But the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking a new Indiana Jones movie, I get Crystal Skull bad taste in my mouth.
This is Indiana Jones 4 that's coming out.
You're right.
Let's get that
I'm
clear.
sorry, it's not 5, it's 4. There was only 3 before.
There's only been 3.
There's Raiders, Temple, Last Crusade.
That's it.
And
The
now
only
this new one.
piece of Indiana Jones that I've seen is from South Park when they had Steven Spielberg and George Lucas raping Indy. So does that happen in 4?
Just short of it.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
That and Shia LaBeouf's watching.
They exaggerated just a little bit on that. I think the title of
I'm
this
not
new
very
one.
comfortable with that, so I'm like not gonna watch it. Like I'm okay. Like I'll watch the cartoon version, but the live action, I don't want to see that happen to Harrison Ford.
No, it's not pretty. What were you saying?
I think the title of this should be. I think this is what it's going to be. Indiana Jones 5, The Crystal Skull. Sorry about that last time.
Sorry about the. That's
They're just going to remake it and it's going to be better.
It'll probably be well received if that's the title. I mean, the title will be well received, at least. I love the original Indiana Jones movies, the original 3. My favorite's Raiders, not by far, because I love them all, but Raiders is my favorite one. I'm really excited for this because I think the movie industry right now is handling a lot of classic movies and intellectual properties very well. For instance, Star Wars. I think that they're kind of seeing what people are doing with Star Wars. They're doing with Star Wars now, and they're like, okay, let's give Indiana Jones what 4 should have been. Like, let's make it, more practical effects, less aliens, and less Harrison Ford getting thrown around in a refrigerator. Way less of that. So first of all, should 5 be a continuation, or should it be a reboot? I put this out on Twitter, and we also have a few voicemails.
A reboot? Like,
should it be a whole new Indiana Jones start from scratch movie?
Okay.
Not necessarily an origin story. Think about like the first, just start from the beginning.
Yeah.
New Crusades and all that. Or should it be a continuation, like kind of like how 4 was, like Harrison Ford's old man Indy, and maybe there's like a new protege coming up in the ranks.
I'm afraid to say continuation because the last one was so bad, but I don't think it was bad because it was a continuation.
Yeah,
it was just a poorly done movie. But I think Harrison Ford needs to be in it.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to be in it. Yeah.
How do you not?
The thing is, one way or another, I think that if they did a reboot, I think they could probably put him in there as another role.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like
I guess what you're saying.
Sean Connery type role. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, so did Shia LaBeouf play Harrison Ford's son in 4? Or something to that effect?
No,
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah. No. He was just kind of like a protege.
I'm a big time Shia LaBeouf fan. Is there room for him to be in 5?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but
Spoiler alert, they all survive.
But I think that
I
think the problem is that, again, I think people are going to have like the bad taste in their mouth, and I also think that Shia LaBeouf is probably going to shy away from something like that, especially now.
Probably.
He's doing a very select type of movie right now, and his career has been on the up and up. The last few movies he's done, American Honey, and what's the war movie, Adam? Man Down?
Fury was the one with the tank.
Oh yeah, no, Fury. I think Man Down was the one he did most recently, where he's in the military and his partner gets killed in action. Whatever. Not whatever, but continuing on. So anyway, so one person on Twitter, one of my buddies, Sean from college, not this Sean right here, another Sean. He said that it should be a continuation and that Harrison Ford should pass the torch, and then the inevitable next Indiana Jones will not have Harrison Ford and will star the person. He said the one that everybody's saying, Chris Pratt, but he also said Bradley Cooper, and I kind of like the Bradley Cooper pick better. Say what you want.
I kind of agree with you.
I kind of like the Bradley Cooper pick better.
I don't know. We need to, like, Indiana Jones is scruffy.
I'll tell you what, he's scruffy. He's very scruffy, but I think Bradley Cooper can be scruffy. And I'm all right. So I'm gonna be a little cynical here, just a little bit.
Okay.
Chris Pratt's
that's how it begins. At least a full sentence.
I stand by this. I think this was what they were trying to do. I think that Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World was also kind of meant to be a test for Indiana Jones, like a test footage for Indiana Jones. He wears like the leather vest. He's very grungy, and I don't know. But I didn't like his role in Jurassic World.
No,
I didn't like his character. He was like kind of like standoffish, and like I wanted like someone like Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like more like, emotionally attached. Like he was kind of a tough guy, but too much of a tough guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had a real hard time with that movie overall.
I mean, there's a few things in that movie,
but
beyond that.
But as far as that goes, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I mean, I'm trying to think of like what has Bradley Cooper been scruffy in? You know what I mean? Rugged.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
not too much, I guess.
Well, American Sniper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
very.
like the closest.
He was
I
also
think.
jacked in that movie.
Yeah, but
Massive. All right, let's go to our first voicemail. It's our buddy Ryan.
I think it should be the guy who plays Short Round.
Hi, calling in for the Make Movies Great Again podcast in regards to the new Indiana Jones movie coming out in 2020. My pick for Indiana Jones, I think they need to revitalize the franchise if they're going to keep going forward. Ty Sheridan. He was in Mud. He was in Joe. So I think he can expand his repertoire and go into movies with more than one word in the title. I think he'd be a great pick. He's only 20 years old. He's got the dramatic chops. And I think he'd be a good fit for a future Dr. Jones. And also, this doesn't have anything to do with the movie, but I think I should bring it up. They really should stop letting Harrison Ford fly planes. It's getting dangerous now. Anyway, thanks for taking the call.
For those of you who don't know, Harrison Ford is an avid flyer. He's a plane collector, because that's the type of thing that people need to be collecting is planes. And he also flies them.
He tries to fly.
He tries to fly and apparently can't land correctly. He almost hit like a passenger airplane like a month ago, and also he crashed on a golf course. And that wasn't the first time he crash landed his plane, which is just
How
crazy.
many times has this guy crashed a plane?
It's more than once, which is more than anybody should ever do, and then still fly planes. So he flies planes, and he shouldn't be doing that. But so Ryan's pick is interesting because Ty Sheridan, like you said, is 20 years old. He's young, very different from the favorite Chris Pratt that everybody wants to play Indiana Jones. So I guess it would depend on what kind of movie this is, or what direction the movie wants to take.
It's not a bad idea, and he's an up and comer, right?
Yeah, he is.
Ty Sheridan.
He's in the X-Men movies.
He's the young Cyclops in the new X-Men movie.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yeah. Which we'll have a lot to say when that movie comes out, definitely. We'll have to go out and see that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's a good idea. I mean, I have a hard time thinking of younger actors because I don't know them as well. You know, it's like Chris Pratt, and who doesn't know them?
It can't be too young. He can't be too young though, because I don't want it to just be like a kid, and I don't want the whole movie to be, oh, you're just a kid, like you can't do any of this. Like I want someone to like kind of like jump into the role and like be, swinging a whip and like firing a gun. I want that. I don't want it to be like a stigma for this kid who's like, I've never fired a gun. What is a gun? It's violence, like that type of thing. Like I want him to just like jump into it. Shia LaBeouf did the same thing. He's like hopping on motorcycles. He's firing guns. I want him to be a young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So
maybe Indiana Jones is a professor, right?
Yes.
So maybe it'll be like Indiana Jones meets old school. And it's like on a frat house. And he's like an old grumpy professor, and
that's
just
not bad.
Here.
That's not bad. Maybe
Will
it's like a
Ferrell
kid in his class.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a kid in his class. That's not a bad idea.
Nah.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No, Sean. All right.
Just kidding.
Well, I'm taking that idea.
But I think Short Round should be in this next one. But
who's that? Oh, yeah. I he's my favorite. We were talking today.
Oh, he's the best. He's amazing.
Outside of like the main cast, the extra characters, he's awesome.
He's the best.
We have another voicemail. This one's quick.
Hi, this is Steely Phil calling. You know what? I don't think they should do a remake of Indiana Jones. I think they should just cancel it.
So, cancel it. So, but honestly, as funny as short as that voicemail was, there's going to be a lot of people coming with pitchforks and picket signs saying that there shouldn't be another Indiana Jones movie, especially after the last one.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. If there can be a movie rather than not a movie, I want to see a movie. You know what I mean?
Somebody already said it. Everybody's excited about it.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out of somebody's mouth that's important and has the a little bit of know-it-all to make it happen, like the gravy train is rolling.
It's going to be a gravy train because people are going to go see it, but there's still going to be that. I mean, there's still going to be that crowd of people that don't like to see sequels. They don't like to see remakes. They don't like to see things like that. So.
I hate nothing's original.
Yeah,
you're not looking hard.
I hate that.
You're not. Can nobody do an original story in Hollywood? It's like, come on.
Also, I'm not the person to do this, but if you could sit those people down and ask them what their favorite movies are, and then them actually finding out they're actually remakes from like the 70s and 60s.
Right.
So, but anyway, or like when people say like Star Wars Episode 7 was exactly like A New Hope. But like, dude, listen, this hero's journey, which that's what they call it in Hollywood,
Yeah.
has been in movies since the dawn of time.
And maybe it's the point. History repeats itself.
Yeah.
Like, just wait and see how it turns out.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, maybe they. I don't know.
So, but anyway, so Indiana Jones, July 10th, 2020. We're all going to see it. We know we're going to, the majority of people are going to see it. It's going to make $1 billion. It's going to make over $1 billion probably. Especially if they do it right and they build the hype like how they were doing Star Wars.
Just like Fast 8 did. Just crossed the $1 billion mark worldwide.
It's phenomenal. 3 weekends. Over $1 billion. And Vin Diesel, man. Vin Diesel. Can't lose in a fight. Can't lose in the box office. All right. So our next segment and the last segment of today, we're going to get into our movie club. So for those of you who listened to last week's episode, we love you, first of all. And secondly, we asked you to watch The Discovery. We all watched The Discovery, the movie it's on Netflix, a Netflix Studios movie.
Now, hold on. The homework for this coming week
Yes, go for it.
is Unbreakable and Split.
Both of them together. If you haven't seen the news, we can say this, right? It's not going to be a huge spoiler, but because it's in the news now, they're talking about how.
Oh yeah, how they're connected.
So yeah, so the two movies are connected. I'm not going to say how or why, but they're connected. So for next week, watch Split, which you can watch on iTunes or if you have it on DVD or whatever. Find a way to watch it and watch Unbreakable. By now, you should be able to figure out a way to watch Unbreakable. I don't know if it's on Netflix or HBO or anything like that, but you should be able to watch it somewhere.
Or just, I don't know, find a good synopsis. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's for next week. So we wanted to give you that. Now listen, we're gonna give some spoilers on the Discovery. So if you want to turn off the podcast, turn it off now. We don't. It's the end of the episode, so we won't be too sad. But if you want to stay for it, because we got lots to say about the Discovery.
All right.
So. First off, I want to go around the table. We should start every movie club. I want a thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs medium, thumbs to the side.
Okay, that's too easy.
But I have a method. I have a method
All
for
right,
my madness.
all right.
What do you got?
I'm like thumbs medium rare.
Thumbs medium. So like medium up or medium down?
Oh, I don't know.
It's somewhere.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm leaning down, to be
Down.
honest.
What
Yeah.
about you, Adam?
I'm right in the middle. I'd say more towards up.
Okay. I'm directly in the middle, and I might give it like the slightest push down.
Yeah, that's
Just
kind of where I am.
Just a slight. I mean, it's straight. It's pretty much straight across. Like
Yeah.
if you put a level on it,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna roll off that table.
Right.
But it's down.
I got you. I probably a little more.
Yeah. So anyway, there's our
I
quick
like
movie
our
reviews.
meter. I like it.
So first of all, it was filmed in Rhode Island. It was filmed in Newport.
Which Adam knew,
I
apparently.
did it.
Adam knew. So Adam, how did you know? How did you figure it out?
St. George's.
Oh, you saw St. George's?
Okay.
Yeah. That's the building they're in?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I saw there's like you can see the it's like a big church tower in the back, and when I worked, one of the jobs that I had was like right in that area, and I saw that tower like every day for weeks and weeks.
Gotcha.
You know,
The beach that Isla tries to commit suicide on, it's on the beach that the Exploration Center and Aquarium is for Save the Bay. So I was actually there
the changing
today.
water and sand.
So it's no. So how I recognized it was during one of the side. So
When
he's up top. So
Gotcha.
it's actually deceptive because it's filmed at two different beaches. It's filmed at Second Beach in Newport and it's filmed at First Beach in Newport for a quick hot second. Yeah. Second Beach is when he's way up top. He's looking down from this ledge where actually I go there and take photos all the time because it's a great vantage point of the beach. Yeah. And then he runs down, and when he runs down to save her, it's actually Easton's beach, the First Beach. So it's two different beaches. Gotcha. And then at the end, when he comes back and saves the kid from drowning, he is at Second Beach, the beach that she killed herself. She tried to kill because it was all connected at that beach. Yeah. So, all right. So anyway, to kick off this like little chat. It had a mindfuck scenario like how a time travel movie has mindfuck scenarios. It made me think too much, and that was where the slight downward curve came. I like when I have to think in a movie, but this was just so fucking confusing and not all over the place, but it had layers and layers and layers, and then you have to like, it's one of you connect the dots, but then you have to go back and connect all these other fucking dots, and it just makes it like this sea of dots that like you have to connect, and you're like, well, what about that? And then you start finding maybe plot holes, and you're like, solve the plot hole, and then, you know what I mean?
And afterwards, I didn't feel like, oh man, I can't wait to watch that again and see all the things I missed or whatever.
No,
it just kind of throws them all at you in the end. Do we want to give like what's going on?
No, I mean, I think how we should do these movie clubs going forward. If you watch this, people should be following along with us. Okay. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't have to give synopsis.
It just kind of bothered me. It was kind of like it just wanted to be Inception.
Yeah, I see what you're
saying. And it wasn't. It wasn't as fun. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I absolutely wanted to be Inception, and that's why I kind of liked it because it had that whole the Inception element. I don't know what else to call it.
So,
but
I love the idea.
The ending,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Brought it together for me, and no, the ending really brought it together for me.
Okay.
With him, sort of what I took away from it is, okay, so do you guys agree that he realized that he came back and he remembered her at the beach after he saved her son?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
The very last second, he absolutely remembered her. But what?
So I liked it because maybe that I'm a sucker for a happy ending. Maybe that signals the happy ending where he ends up with Isla, her son doesn't die. He warns his dad in time not to have 4 million people commit suicide.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that.
That's how I kind of saw it.
Now,
but he's dead.
Here's my thing. He's dead, but people don't really die then. It's just different on and on planes of existence.
It's all in their realities. It's mini world theory.
Life for different moments throughout these different planes of existence.
But people have to be born at some point.
See, okay, I thought it was like you get to go back and redo parts of your life, but you're stuck in this limbo.
But no, I think it's you can live a whole life out, and then you go back to like whatever I guess whatever.
But he didn't though. He was like, fuck no, I'm gonna lose it now. I'm gonna he helped Isla the way, and then he was like, oh no, I'm losing it now.
Yeah, but I think that his life brought him back to, because he was like, remember Isla. I think his life brought him back to that beach, because why else would he ever be on that beach at the same time when that kid was about to drown? I think his life took him back to the moment where that was going to happen, where he could help Isla. And I think that's what helped him jog his memory as well. I like to remember
that her. The beach that he almost drowned in when he was a kid?
Yeah, it was. That beach had a bunch of, it had a lot of layers to it, but don't you think that, or maybe he wouldn't remember in a different life that kid drowned in front of him? Like, why would he let a kid drown in front of him otherwise?
Well, maybe he didn't turn. Well, because there's a point in that final scene when he like looks and then like kind of thinks, should I go see if the kid's okay, or should I not? So I thought in his life he didn't see if the kid was okay, and the kid ended up dying.
And that ended up being Isla's kid.
Yeah, and he went back and fixed it because it was a regret. Maybe I totally missed the mark. Because this discussion's kind of fun, so I'm liking the movie a little more. But
that makes a lot of sense. But it seems like too big of a coincidence for that to be that many layers to that one beach. Like,
yeah,
it also could be a metaphor for Heraclitus. Now, if you guys remember the story of Heraclitus, you can't dip your toe in the same river twice. And with this story, you have the ocean being the river, and just in general life and dying and coming back. So it's not the same thing twice. So who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Could be.
I saw it as like, because he kept going back to the boat. Like they kept showing him, like how many times he's died and he's come back to the boat, right?
Yeah.
And that the guy they grabbed at the morgue, he went back to his biggest regret, and the father, when he died, he went back to his biggest regret. So maybe when you die, you go back to the moment in your life that was a real turning point. Like if you did something differently, your whole life could have been different. And you keep going back to that point until you get it right.
And then
that's what I thought.
And then after that, when you die, where do you go back from there?
Well, I think that's what happened. Is like he went on to another. I thought like, okay, I think you're absolutely right, Adam. That's the point of it. But then at the end, Isla was like, "You did it for me. You did what you had to do for me." Which I thought it was weird that all of a sudden she knew what was going on.
Well, no, it's not her. She said that she's in his mind. It's his memory, so she's with him always in his memories. His memories talking back to him.
Okay, so and she says like, "You've helped me," yada yada yada, and then that's it. That's the end of it. And he's like, "What's gonna happen now?" And she's like, "I don't know. Will I remember you? I don't know."
Yeah,
I hope so.
Because that's because his mind doesn't know.
Yeah, his mind doesn't know, and then he transports to this other beach.
Now here's
is this another regret that he has to fix?
Now here's my so I don't know. So that I think that's ambiguous. I think whether we think it's a regret that he's trying to fix, or if it's a regret he like forced his mind to help Isla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Help that. So I don't know.
Maybe he's his biggest regret. So now he has the opportunity to help her fix her biggest regret.
So now, what if you keep going back, and you keep making fixes in your life until there's no more fixes to make?
Then you live your whole life. I don't know. That's
and
what
then,
I'm saying.
And then you die, and then what happens?
You make a good point. Do you ever get
back
born?
You go back and be an asshole? You just, like, fuck with everything?
I guess if you want to live forever.
But yeah, you don't... Yeah, that's right. You just pick up from different parts of your life, but you don't ever remember... You remember?
Yeah. I took it as there is a life.
Yeah.
A base life that we all get born into.
Yeah.
And then you die and you get transported to
another part in that
alternate plane.
But then when you get to that alternate plane, you can live out the rest of your life, and then when you die, you go back to somewhere else.
I guess.
When you actually, like, die.
I was excited about this movie because I liked the social situation experiment.
Yeah.
What would happen if they discovered the afterlife?
Yeah.
People would probably start killing themselves. That's an interesting take. I like the post-apocalyptic, like The Road. What does society look like after that? Or Purge. What if we allowed crime to happen for 24 hours once a year? I like the social.
Yeah.
I wanted that, and then when it started to get... Maybe that was my fault for expecting something else.
Yeah.
I
thought the suicide toll would play a bigger role than it did. I understand like it was a huge thing, like people were killing themselves to get to the afterlife, but I thought it would play a bigger role than it actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what Sean's saying. Like the scale of it would be bigger. You know what I mean? It was kind of kept between.
It was very narrow.
Like what would start happening to society?
Yeah.
Instead, they just went to an island.
Yeah.
Where.
Yep. Because I thought there was going to be like, what happens now? There's like shortage of people in certain careers, like shitty careers that need to be done, but people want
exactly.
Like what happens when people stop picking up trash? When people stop, that type of stuff. It's like
it's interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm actually tipping the meter a little bit up now that I'm talking. Now we're like talking it out.
Well, but see, that's not what the movie was.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No.
I know.
I guess the discussion. Yeah.
But how about that girl that ended up shooting her?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine your family doesn't like you so much they don't invite you to the suicide?
It's fucking crazy.
As the main character, as Isla said.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yep.
That's awful.
That's fucked up.
You're not even.
They didn't want me to go.
They
didn't want me to go.
Crazy.
Are you kidding me?
That's so fucked up. So beyond fucked up.
Somehow that's more fucked up than actually killing yourself.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah. Somehow. She's a crack shot right in the side.
Yeah, from like nobody knew where. But starts looking around.
It's the second shooter in the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was a wild movie, but it made my brain hurt. I texted you guys right after I finished it. I was like, where to begin? Like thinking about where to go back with this, and then it also kind of like Robert Redford was terrific.
It's very good. Yeah.
Plays a great cult leader. That's crazy.
Oh
Plays a great cult leader.
Another thing I took away from the movie is that I don't think Robert Redford will ever be not handsome. How old is that guy?
He's 80.
He's 80. So he's very handsome at 80. Yeah. Got a good head of hair.
You guys haven't seen Sundance. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
You should check it out.
Put it on the list.
Good?
Yeah.
So I'm thumbs medium.
Yeah, I'm still thumbs.
Down.
I'm still thumbs medium on it. I'm probably maybe straight across now. Just having to talk it out a little bit, but it had all the elements for an interesting movie, and like Netflix does, it shot it beautifully. It looked great. The acting was good. Absolutely. Cinematography wise, it was a great.
No,
movie.
it was great. Yeah. No, it had a good feel to it. It had an appropriate feel. Dreary always, and yada yada.
Adam, you got anything else you want to say about it?
I think I'm good. As I said, I'm tipping a hair up, but I definitely understand like why you guys are hesitant and maybe even a little bit down. Like I watched it like late, and I was able to like process everything and sort of think about it, and then that's sort of what tipped me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm glad I watched it, and it was definitely worth watching. So excellent choice, Sean.
And I'll say, thank you. And I'll say, I thought it was something else, ended up being something different because they didn't give too much away in the trailer, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, totally.
So,
Yep.
I do admit that. And,
It's an advantage to streaming movies.
yeah.
You don't get flooded with trailers.
Yep.
That's what it is. So, all right,
All right,
guys. So remember, next week, Split and Unbreakable.
Awesome.
All right, so
That's it for this week. See you at the movies.